After battling our way through the catacombs beneath town, we descend deeper into the 9th level to reveal caves bubbling with rivers of lava and are taken aback by the searing heat.
It's hot down here.
Just west of the cave's entrance, we find a curious sight on the ground, a patch of black mushrooms, and remark,
I can't use this yet.
Having no use for the mushroom, we take note of it fighting hordes of hellstone golems flinging their hot magma. Hit with a nasty glob of lava, we about face to recuperate momentarily and happen upon a lone tome of ingredients and potions just lying in the midst of ash and dirt that reads, the Fungal Tome. We wonder out loud what this could mean and head back to town to learn more about this moldy curiosity. Seeking out the witch Adria at the outskirts of town, we hope her knowledge of potions and brews comes in handy, and she says,
What do we have here? Interesting. It looks like a book of reagents. Keep your eyes open for a black mushroom. It should be fairly large and easy to identify. If you find it, bring it to me, won't you?
We pause for a moment and reflect on the mushroom patch we just encountered, but she reiterates,
It's a big black mushroom that I need. Now run off and get it for me so that I can use it for a special concoction that I am working on.
Agreeing to help, we then seek out more information and see Farnham the drunk and query if he'd seen any big black mushrooms, and he imparts,
Ogden mixes a mean black mushroom, but I get sick of a drink that. Listen. Here's the secret. Moderation is the key.
They say that those who can't do, teach. But that does sound like a spicy brew. We next seek out the sage wisdom of the elder Deckard Cain by his well, who muses,
The witch Adria seeks a black mushroom? I know as much about black mushrooms as I do about red herrings. Perhaps Pepin the healer could tell you more. But this is something that cannot be found in any of my stories or books.
That makes sense. The healer. We then turn to see Pepin out front of his hut about potential insight on the ingredient and...
What ails you, my friend?
Nothing. Wait, Cain just mentioned red herrings. I guess he knew Pepin wouldn't know anything about this. What a cheeky misdirect from the wily old man. We then speak to Griswold the blacksmith, and he exaggeratedly states,
If Adria doesn't have one of these, you can bet that's a rare thing indeed. I can offer you no more help than that. But it sounds like a huge, gargantuan, swollen, bloated mushroom. Well, good hunting, I suppose.
Whoa. Okay, Grizz, settle down. Next, we speak to Ogden, the innkeeper, about his supposed black shroom brew Farnham spoke of, but he rebukes.
Let me just say this. Both Garda and I would never, ever serve black mushrooms to our honored guests. If Adria wants some mushrooms in her stew, then that is her business, but I can't help you find any. Black mushrooms. Disgusting.
Acting as if caught by a health inspector, we can't help but wonder, what the hell did Farnham drink? Next, we ask Gillian the barmaid if she had seen this supposed brew, and she admits,
I think Ogden might have some mushrooms in the storage cellar. Why don't you ask him?
You know, I'm starting to think it was a failed experiment of Ogden's that he only used on Farnham. Next, we seek out Wirt the peg-legged boy. Maybe he has some shrooms in his inventory, but he counters.
I don't have any mushrooms of any size or color for sale. How about something a bit more useful?
With that, we know one thing. We gotta keep our eyes out for one big mushroom. Back down in the caves, we're confronted by a pack of winged gargoyles, intermingling with hellstones, drawing upon the hot rock below. We'd heard of the gargoyles. In ages past, it was customary to decorate buildings with the stone statues of demons that were enchanted to serve as guardians and protectors of those within. The misshapen figures of the statues were designed to taunt and anger any demons that attempted to gain entrance. It was Diablo himself that worked worked to unlock the wards that protected these granite images, and eventually was able to gild them with Hadean life. The gargoyles arose from their captive sleep and swooped down to prey upon those whom they were created to protect. Naturally, the remaining statues were immediately destroyed, but there were Signum that escaped and continued to terrorize the innocent to this day. The act of transforming from flesh to stone allows the creatures to heal any wounds that it has suffered, so we can see it's best to either avoid these demons entirely or to hunt them down until they're dead. With that, we do our best not to allow them to flee, for they soon will return in full force, and heaven knows how many of these gargoyles have sought sanctuary down in these caves, now in the service of the Lord of Terror himself. Clearing the area, we then spy a familiar sight, a patch of black mushrooms near some slain golems, and with a particularly large mushroom in the middle. We heft it out of the ground and exclaim,
"Now that's one big mushroom."
Racing back to Adria, mushroom in inventory, she excitedly eyes it, saying,
Yes, this will be perfect for a brew that I am creating. By the way, the healer is looking for the brain of some demon or another so he can treat those who have been afflicted by their poisonous venom. I believe that he intends to make an elixir from it. If you help him find what he needs, please see if you can get a sample of the elixir for me.
Demon's brain? Our quest has taken us from warrior to physician's assistant rather quickly. Nevertheless, we oblige the witch and meet Pepin in front of his infirmary, and he instructs.
The witch told me that you were searching for the brain of a demon to assist me in creating my elixir. It should be of great value to the many who were injured by those foul beasts if I can just unlock the secrets I suspect that its alchemy holds. If you can remove the brain of a demon when you kill it, I would be grateful if you could bring it to me.
Now, on a vital quest to aid the townsfolk, hoping to heal their wounds before grievous damage can befall them, like poor Wirt and his diseased leg. We return once more to the caves below, in hunt of a big, fat, juicy demon brain for Pepin to dissect. On the 10th level of the caves, we're bombarded by magma balls as bloodstones lob their fiery projectiles safely from behind wooden fencing. Forcing us to open the fence, we let out bulky frost charges and kill the first in the doorway as its brethren amass to ram us with their deadly horns. Nearly overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the pack, we reach into the gore of the bodies on the ground and extract a charger's brain and exclaim,
"Just what I was looking for."
Realizing we best retreat with brain still intact, or lest we be swarmed, we back out of the lava-soaked den and portal back to town once more. Racing to Adria the Witch with the brain tucked under our arm, she scolds.
Why have you brought that here? I have no need for a demon's brain at this time. I do need some of the elixir that the healer is working on. He needs that grotesque organ that you are holding, and then bring me the elixir. Simple when you think about it, isn't it?
Realizing our error, we make haste to the healer's hut and Pepin says,
Excellent! This is just what I had in mind. I was able to finish the elixir without this, but it can't hurt to have this to study. Would you please carry this to the witch? I believe that she is expecting it.
We do now have two distinct choices in this quest. If we decide to selfishly drink the elixir, Adria will not say a word to us upon our return, and the quest ends.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
If otherwise, we collect the elixir from Pepin and give it to Adria, she again scolds.
What? Now you bring me that elixir from the healer? Oh, I was able to finish my brew without it. Why don't you just keep it?
With that, we can drink the elixir. In either scenario, we gain +3 to all attributes, indeed making it a powerful brew. No doubt, Farnham would love to get his hands on, and the town is safer once more, but it's also a reminder that aiding others, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can potentially bear powerful fruits, or mushrooms, as it were. It should be noted, upon finding the girthy mushroom, the warrior seems to have several cut lines of dialogue which vary in humor levels, such as,
That's not such a big mushroom. I've never seen a mushroom that size.
That mushroom's the size of a Cadillac.
Damn, what a mushroom! What a mushroom!